I will never forget the day that I came home very late from work to discover my wife had gone to bed and she was not alone in the bedroom. An extra pair of eyes stared at me as I opened the door, followed by a yelp of horror from the young male. I don't know who was more surprised in that moment, him or me, but that 2-year-old boy who had just arrived in our home as an emergency foster placement was definitely more upset. I have no idea what had happened to him in his life before he came into our care, but it turned out that he was petrified not only of me, but of all other men. As emergency foster carers, we are prepared to be prepared for anything. Sometimes the surprises are nice, like a tiny baby who regularly sleeps through the night, a famous footballer turning up at the house to support one of their fans, or a young child taking their first steps. Sometimes the surprises are more difficult, another loss, another trauma, another change of plan. The first Easter contained both sorts of surprises. Jesus' followers found themselves in a state of shock when their friend, their teacher, their hope of a better life was crucified on a hill outside Jerusalem. 2 of them head back on the long road to home, reeling from the disastrous turn of events and feeling utterly miserable. "Why are you so downcast?" a stranger asks them. And as they begin to unburden themselves, then it's the stranger's turn to be surprised. Why don't these 2 get what is staring them in the face? Didn't the prophets predict that Jesus himself would rise from the dead? What is there to be miserable about? Then it is the friend's turn to be surprised again. They invite the stranger into their home for a meal, but it is then, as the bread is broken, that the penny drops who it is they've been talking with. To their great delight and surprise, they realize that they had been sharing their home with the Son of God himself. This changes everything. They have to let everyone know the good news. As foster carers, we have learned that inviting strangers into your home is not always an easy thing to do. Anything can happen. Hospitality can be costly, it can be confusing, it can be scary, it can push us to our limits. Every so often, we'll have one of those wonderful, eye-opening, life-changing Easter surprise moments when we realize that we are in some way sharing our lives with the Jesus who gave his life for us. Moments like that often happen around the kitchen table. It is there as we share food and stories and laughter and tears that strangers become friends, that children who have lost their families become part of our family. It is often here that lives begin to change, that surprising new journeys begin. That kitchen table is arguably our most valuable piece of furniture. Perhaps this Easter, you can use your kitchen table to help make a stranger feel welcome and maybe discover something of the amazement and surprise of the first resurrection encounter. If you have been challenged to take your hospitality to the next level this Easter, perhaps look at our website, sanctuaryfoundation.org.uk, to find out how you can be involved in welcoming and supporting refugees into your homes and communities.